The worst piece of advice people get for YouTube now, it used to be whatever you're into, just do a lot of it, be passionate about it, and that'll work. There's much more of a template for what YouTube is now, so you can kind of like mimic what other people are doing and it will pay off. Before it was like you can mimic it, but will it work? Who knows? But now there's certain things like certain editing styles, certain thumbnail tricks, certain title tricks that you can do that genuinely do work for everybody. That sort of like do whatever you're like into as a hobby isn't always the best advice for people, because sometimes the hobby turns into a job and people hate that.
That's Jacksepticeye, one of the biggest creators in the world. Been doing this for over a decade, and that's his advice for new creators. And I agree with him. So let's talk about it. You know what I used to believe? That if you were creative enough, original enough, that if you worked hard enough and cared enough, the platform would eventually notice, the algorithm would catch up, and people would find you. That's the pitch. That's what almost every top creator, every YouTube guru tells you. Be authentic. Find your voice, put out quality content, and trust the process. Cool. Except, I've been watching these platforms long enough to know that's not actually how it works. I want to tell you about a video I saw. A guy holding a tomato and an onion. Let's just pretend I'm holding a tomato and an onion. He held them side by side. No music, no editing, no hook, no value proposition. He just held them and did this. And boom, millions of views. And I just sat there thinking, what the heck did I just watch? Because imagine spending actual time on a video after thinking about the hook, the pacing, the editing, only to get absolutely ratioed by something like this. Because what do you even do after that? What lesson do you take from a man who got millions of views for dancing vegetables while you put in actual effort on the video only to get nothing? I've done everything they told me. Create better hooks, create better thumbnails, post consistently, research what's trending, study your analytics, create better titles, change your posting time, engage on the platform, engage your comments, all of it. And look, technically some of it does matter, but here's what nobody wants to say out loud. All of that optimization means nothing if the algorithm decides it's not pushing your stuff. And the algorithm is not a meritocracy. It doesn't owe you traction just because you put in effort. I've joined trends, and I've seen other people ride the same trend to 50, 100, 200k views. And me? Barely 100. Same trend, same timing, same general format. So, it's either I'm cursed, or the algorithm has a personal vendetta against me. Either I'm cursed, or the algorithm has a personal vendetta against me. Alright, I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. Or, and this is the uncomfortable one, the game is more random than anyone wants to admit. Now, back to this clip. Jack wasn't saying give up. He wasn't saying creativity is dead. He was saying something more specific. That if you want to grow, especially early, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You do what works. You model what's already getting traction. You put your spin on it, sure. But you start there. And the reason that hit different for me is because it came from someone who built something real. Someone who earned the right to be original after he figured out what worked first. Originality isn't the starting point. For most people, it's the destination. You build an audience by being legible, by making content people already know how to receive, and then once they trust you, once they're there, that's when you get to do the weird stuff, the original stuff, the stuff that's actually you. So, here's where I'm at. I'm tired. Not quitting tired, just done fighting the currents, tired. I've been doing this my way, and my way hasn't been working. And I can either keep doing the same thing and call it integrity, or I can try something different. So for now, I'm doing what works. I'm studying what's getting views, what formats are popping, and what people are actually clicking on. And I'm making that with my own twist on it. Not because I've given up on being original, but because originality is a privilege. You earn it after you build something. Nobody cares about your unique voice until they have a reason to care about you. And maybe that sounds cynical. I think it's just honest. Now, here's the part that really settled it for me. It's not just small creators burning out. It's not just people like me grinding with nothing to show for it. We are watching some of the biggest names on this platform slow down, step back, or disappear entirely. Because they ran themselves into the ground doing the thing they used to love. People who built entire careers, entire communities, entire identities around this. And now they can barely bring themselves to open the camera and hit record. Because at some point, the thing that was fun became a job. And not just a job with no days off, no sick leave, no ceiling on how much output the audience expects from you. That's what burnout from this looks like, and I've been there. Not at that scale, but I know that specific feeling, where the thing you chose because it made you happy feels like a weight, where you open a blank project and just sit there, because the joy got squeezed out somewhere between the pressure and the metrics, and the constant question of whether it's even worth it. And I don't want that. Not for what I actually love doing. So, this is me drawing a line. The content that's built to perform, the formats that work, the trends I'll be jumping on, the stuff I'm making because it has the best shot at actually reaching people. That's the job. I'll do it with intention. I'll put my spin on it. But I'm not going to pretend it's purely passion. Because, let's be honest, most people doing this are doing it for the money. At least partially. The ones who say otherwise are either lying or they've already made enough that they don't have to think about it. But the stuff I actually enjoy doing, the work that's mine, the ideas that come from somewhere real, that stays separate. That doesn't go on a schedule. That doesn't get optimized. That's the part I protect. Because I've seen what happens when you don't protect it. And I'm not going down that road. So, if you've been in the same headspace, trying everything, following all the advice, watching people with worse content blow up while yours sits at 40 views, I just want you to know, I see you. I understand. And it's not all in your head. The platform, whichever one, it's uneven. Effort alone doesn't cut it. But maybe the move isn't to keep pushing harder in the same direction. Maybe the move is to stop fighting the game and learn how it's actually played first. That's what I'm doing anyways. That's about it. See ya.